Okay, so let's get right to it. You're a great developer. Your systems are clean, they're efficient, and you're ready to take that talent global. You want to work for an international company, get paid in dollars or euros, and do it all from right here in Brazil. You've definitely got the technical skills down, so what's that one thing that's going to unlock that next level for you? Let's break down the real code to earning more.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Hey, I already know English. I read documentation, I'm on Stack Overflow all the time, my variables and functions are in English. And you know what? You're absolutely right. Your code speaks perfect technical English. But what about when it's time for the daily stand-up, or a code review, or just a quick chat with a teammate on Slack? That's when a totally different kind of English comes into play.
And this brings us to what I call the secret English gap. See, it has nothing to do with how good of a developer you are. It's the space between the English you use for code and the English you need for collaboration. And honestly, it's this gap that holds so many amazing developers back from hitting their true global potential.
This slide just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the words you've totally mastered. These are precise, logical commands. That's your comfort zone. But then, look at the right. These are the phrases of real human interaction. You're not going to find "can I have a word" in a technical manual, but it's absolutely crucial for getting fast feedback. And saying, "I made a mistake," that's how you take ownership and build trust with your team. This right here, this is the exact gap we're going to close.
And here's the best part. Closing this gap isn't about burying yourself in complex grammar books or trying to memorize a bunch of obscure words. Nope. It's actually all about mastering a core set of really simple, high-frequency words and phrases. The kind of stuff native speakers use all the time without even thinking about it. So let's think about this like a developer. If our communication was a computer, then a handful of core verbs would basically be its operating system. I mean, they're the fundamental commands that make everything else run smoothly. If you can master these, it's like getting the fastest possible upgrade to your fluency. Okay, take the classic mix-up between do and make. You don't make business, you do business. And you don't do a mistake, you make a mistake. It sounds like a tiny little detail, I know, but getting these simple pairs, these collocations, right, makes you sound instantly more professional, whether you're in an email, a meeting, or a report. And this idea builds up with something we call phrasal verbs. Now, they might seem a little tricky at first, but they are everywhere in spoken English. All it is a simple verb paired with a tiny word like on, off, or up. But together, they create a whole new meaning. This is how people actually talk in the real world. And look at this. Look how one simple verb, turn, becomes this powerful tool you can use every day at work. You turn on a server, you turn off your Slack notifications so you can focus, you turn up for the daily meeting on time, and you help the team turn down a bad idea during a planning session. See? You're already using this kind of logic in your day-to-day work. So what this really means is that when you focus your energy on these super verbs, get, take, make, do, you're not just memorizing words, you're basically getting a master key. A key that unlocks hundreds of natural-sounding combinations you can use every single day.
Okay, so you've got the functional language down pat. But let's be honest, a global career isn't just about finishing tasks. It's about connecting with people. You need the right words to give feedback, to talk about challenges, and to build actual relationships with your teammates.
And this is where simple adjectives become your secret weapon. Was a colleague helpful during that really tough deployment? Is your new manager pretty easygoing? Is the current architecture difficult to maintain? Being able to use these kinds of words correctly in code reviews, in retrospectives, or even just in a chat, that's crucial for building a great team culture.
Just look at how a tiny, two-letter word can change absolutely everything. If you say you're good in JavaScript, yeah, people will probably understand you, but it immediately flags you as a non-native speaker. But saying you're good at JavaScript, that sounds fluent, it sounds confident. It's one of those small details that makes a huge professional difference.
Here's a really simple hack you can use on your next video call. Instead of saying, "I wait the response," try "I'll wait for the response." Or instead of "I listen the podcast," it's "I listen to the podcast." Just mastering these small word pairs makes your spoken English flow so much more naturally.
So the big question is, how do you actually do all this? Well, it's not about random studying. It's about having a clear, simple strategy to build this specific vocabulary and just close that gap for good. So, let's lay out the plan.
Here it is, your action plan broken down into 3 super clear steps. First, identify your gap. For real, in your next meeting, just listen. What are the conversational phrases your colleagues use that you don't? Make a list. That's your target. Second,
Focus on collocations. Don't just learn the word mistake. Learn the whole chunk. Make a mistake. Think of them like little code libraries you can just call on. And finally, number 3, practice every single day. Challenge yourself. Use one new phrase in your next stand-up or in a comment on a pull request. That's it. That's how you build real, practical fluency.
Now, does that sound like a lot? Does it feel overwhelming? It really shouldn't, because the core, foundational vocabulary we're talking about, the stuff that can totally transform your communication, it's made up of about 1,250 words and phrases. That's not some infinite, scary number. It's a specific, achievable goal.
And that is the ultimate reward. Because when you build this foundation, you literally change your professional identity. You stop being seen as just that great developer from Brazil who happens to speak some English. You become a fully integrated global professional, ready for any team, any challenge, anywhere in the world. At the end of the day, this isn't just about learning a language. It's about unlocking opportunity. It's about getting that promotion, landing that dream job, leading that international project. And it all starts by closing that gap, one word at a time. So my question to you is this: what's the very next word you're going to master to unlock your global career?